Yu Yu Hakusho has always had one of the greatest opening chapters / episodes ever. It's one that I'm always nostalgic about, and it's one that always gets to me. And it opens up with the main character being dead. Moving on. So Yusuke is your typical delinquent type protagonist, and from here we're going on through character introductions. We're just building up to the point that he's trying to remember when he died. This is Keiko, childhood friend, Kuwabara, who you will come to love, who, as far as you're aware at this point, Yusuke has an antagonistic rival type relationship with, except Yusuke beats the shit out of him every single time that they meet. From there, the principal and then his mom. And with the principal especially, you get this feeling that he at least believes in Yusuke and beyond the delinquent personality. And finally, you get to the point where he finally dies, which is also used to show that he has a softer side as he's being kind to a kid and then has to save that same kid from dying because he was playing with a ball in the street. And finally, as we get to the part that is going to fuck you up emotionally, we meet Botan, who is the Grim Reaper of this world. And it's revealed to Yusuke that his death was not meant to happen here and that it was completely unexpected because of who he was as a person, and so he's given a chance to come back to life. Yusuke, being the delinquent that he is, rejects that offer under the impression that no one would care if he died. So obviously we're building up to people are going to care that you died, and yet even knowing that, the next scene is so wonderfully emotional. I don't think I've ever seen the first episode of the series and not cried. And that also has to include the music that goes with it, or the closest one that I could find on this app. Yusuke's wake continues to be one of the hardest hitting scenes I've ever seen from a series, and it's not because it was unexpected or there's some dramatic twist, it's just really well done raw emotion. So here you open with Keiko crying for him, but the part that always gets to me first is Kuwabara being shown at the wake, and his inability to just accept the fact that it's happened, and his breakdown at knowing that Yusuke died, that it isn't how it's supposed to be, and that how he just cannot accept the fact that it's happened. And then, as the emotions keep ramping up, it cuts to the principal, unable to figure out what to say over the lost potential of Yusuke, as this finally breaks his mom, who's been despondent this entire funeral, and really this entire chapter, as she finally shows emotion and just breaks down. Just to make sure that you're just real emotionally beaten down, it then cuts to the kid that was saved and his mom, as he talks about how he wants to play with the mister the next day, and she cries about how they can't, and you get that beautiful panel of Yusuke. And by then, Yusuke finally accepts that he wants to come back, and I am an emotional, tear-filled mess of a man.